That works. Yeah.
Regular meeting of the City Council held in council chambers on Thursday, June 9th, 2016 at 7 p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice this meeting was posted on June 7th, 2016 at 11:22 a.m. This meeting is being taped as live on SATV. All councilors present, Council President Terrio presiding. Councilor Epley moves to dispense with the reading of the record of the previous meeting. All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. I now request that everyone please rise to recite the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilor Milo.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public testimony? None. Hearings? None. Appointments and reappointments?
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Felicia Pierce to serve as a member of the Salem Youth Commission with a term to expire May 26, 2019.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Councilor Epley moves for confirmation by roll call vote. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, Ms. Pierce actually was here just a couple of weeks ago as we introduced our youth members to become part of the Youth Commission. And tonight we get to appoint Ms. Pierce to her role as an adult member of the Youth Commission. And I'm fortunate that she's a resident in my neck of the woods in Salem. She's come from New York City and has lived in Salem since August of this past year, and she's very well qualified for this position with her MSW in social work. She works with kids on a daily basis, and so she's very well qualified and will do a tremendous job in what will be the inaugural composition of our Youth Commission.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Fiori?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes. On the matter of the appointment of Felicia Pierce to the Salem Youth Commission, 11 councilors present, 11 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Epley.
If Ms. Pierce wishes, and then even though we don't have a regular podium here, if Ms. Pierce wishes to address the council, I move for suspension of the rules to allow that.
Ms. Pierce.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity. I thank the mayor and the council. I've been working with in the field of youth development for the last 10 years, and I'm really honored to be able to serve on the Salem Youth Commission. So thank you for your support, and I won't let you down.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of J. Michael Sullivan to serve as a member of the Design Review Board with a term to expire June 11, 2019.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation, confirmation by roll call vote.
Councilor Gerard moves for confirmation by roll call vote. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to say thank you again to Michael for wanting to continue serving the city. He does a fantastic job on the Design Review Board, and we're grateful for his time.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Absolutely yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Fiori?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Milo? Yes. Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes. On the reappointment of J. Michael Sullivan to the Design Review Board, 11 councilors present, 11 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Communications from the mayor.
We have an order that the City of Salem hereby accepts a gift of an 18-foot conference table from Eastern Bank.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Councilor Epley moves for adoption. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Eastern Bank just recently moved downtown to a smaller branch, and they have a very nice conference table that they're donating to the city. The use of it, presuming that we approve this tonight, is that a use for it would be in either the new Community Life Center or the new City Hall Annex offices. So we very much want to thank Eastern Bank for their contribution.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor Epley's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further communications from the mayor.
Give an order to grant 2 school department employees exemption from the Mass General Law, Chapter 268A, Section 20B, that the city council hereby approves an exemption from Section 20 from the employees to hold part-time seasonal positions with the Park and Recreation Community Services Department, Linda Abney and Cynthia Bonfiglio.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Councilor McCarthy moves for adoption. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Per rules, in order for these individuals who already have employment through the city, in order for them to have another job, even though it's part-time, we have to adopt this rule. These are school department employees who have the summers off, and this allows them the ability to work at in various programs that the Park and Rec Department offers over the summertime as instructors, and they're just making sure they're crossing all the Ts and dotting all the Is in this one to make sure that there's no improprieties in them doing this. So in order for them to do this, we just invoke this rule. And I happen to know both these people, and I think they do a great job in the courses they're going to teach, so I would highly recommend that we approve this.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Mayor's informational page, none.
No.
We have some? Oh, that's under informational?
Communication.
Oh, communication from the mayor, sorry. Communication from the mayor. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. June 9, 2016, communication from the mayor, received after the deadline of Tuesday noon. I move for suspension of the rules for this to come before the council due to the late file pursuant to Rule Section 28A.
Councilor Epley moves for suspension of the rules. All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Mr. President. Order appropriation of $1 million from the stabilization fund to the capital outlay renovation and repairs account to be expended for non-Chapter 90 roadway repairs by the engineering department. Mr. President, I move for referral to Committee on Administration and Finance under the rules.
Councilor Epley moves for referral to Committee on Administration and Finance. I'll also let the record note that Councilor Milo has recused herself from this. On Councilor Epley's motion for referral to Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with Committee of the Whole, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. And let the record reflect that Councilor Milo has returned. Now, Mayor's informational page, none. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Fury.
Please. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem City Council, June 9th, 2016, ordered that the regular meetings of the City's Council for the months of July and August be combined and held on Thursday, July 21st, 2016.
On discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is our traditional summer meeting, and this is the date that generally works for us, and we do it earlier in the month, except we don't expect to have all the final end-of-year financial figures ready for us to close out the previous year until a little bit later, so this is the first date available.
Thank you. Under Councilor Chorio's motion for Thursday, July 21st, all those in favor? All those opposed? Unanimous? Thank you, Councilor Chorio.
Thank you. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, City Council, June 9, 2016, ordered that the attached tag day application for the Salem High School strength and conditioning for 6/19/16 and 7/17/16 be granted.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption, under discussion.
No discussion, Mr. President. This comes in at a time, and it only comes in as as an order because of the timing of it, because we don't have time to pass it before the first one's on it, so I have no problem with this.
Thank you. Under any further discussion? On Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Epley.
Okay. Sorry, where? I'm sorry, Mr. President. What page are we on here? What page?
Motions, orders, resolutions.
Thought you had you said you had an order,
Do you have an order?
or was that for that?
We just.
I thought you had said you had an order as well besides the bond.
No, Mr.
No?
President.
Okay. Good, I thought I had you under order, sorry about that. Further, Counselor Fury?
Yes, please.
One more time.
Bless you.
Councilor Choyo.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem City Council, June 9, 2016, ordered, be it hereby ordered that 8 parking spaces on the easterly side, excluding the handicap parking spaces within the off-street parking lot between Dodge and New Derby Street shall be 30-minute parking spaces. I move this be referred to Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole. No discussion possible, it's a late file.
It's a late file, so no further discussion. All those in favor?
Oh, it's gotta go to committee,
All
right?
those opposed? None? Thank you, Councilor Choyo.
Thank you.
Did we suspend the rules?
Went to committee.
Committee reports. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, to whom was referred the matter of the granting of certain licenses, has considered said matter and recommend approval. C-worm and tag days.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion, Mr. President.
On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further committee reports. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of the home rule petition for an additional liquor license for the sale of alcoholic beverages to be drunk on the premises for the Hotel Salem Op Company LLC to be located at 209 Essex Street, has considered said matter and would recommend that the matter be sent to the full council for their consideration, and it came out of committee with a positive recommendation.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had the proprietor for the new hotel in committee. We talked about, briefly about the fact that there are currently no licenses available. There is one that's tied up in a legal mess and another one that's about to be sold with a business on another street that they wanted to keep at that address. So where this is in the B5 district downtown, it fits right into the programming for home rule petition liquor licenses, and it has, we also received an email from the Chamber of Commerce with their support of this application. It came out of committee 5-0 in favor of sending this off to the state legislature. So at this time, I would ask for a roll call vote. If I could have 3 hands, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to take that from you.
No problem. Councilor Famico.
Thank you. Just to add on to this, the proprietor has also agreed to have a meeting with some of the downtown residences. As we all know, the Essex is right across the street, and we have a few other condominiums in the area. And they agreed to hold a meeting with them prior to going forward with this a little bit more, so that the residents can understand what they're going to be doing going forward, exact hours, just a greater scope of that for the downtown area. But he was in agreement for that, already met with some folks over at 20 Central, but they'll be meeting with some other people as well. And I'm also excited that they're either doing shuffleboard or bowling in the building in addition to having this amenity.
Any further discussion on Councilor McCarthy's motion that this be adopted by a roll call vote? Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turia?
Yes. On the question of adopting a home rule petition for additional liquor license for the sale of alcoholic beverages to be drunk on the premises at 209 Essex Street, Hotel Salem Opco, 11 councilors present, 11 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further committee reports, Councilor McCarthy and also Councilor Fury, could you take care after? Let the record show I have to recuse myself from this one.
Councilor McCarthy, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of a home rule petition for an additional liquor license for the sale of alcoholic beverages to be drunk on the premises of, for Odd Fellows Restaurant LL, to be located at, should be LLC, I'm assuming, to be located at 125 Washington Street has considered said matter and recommend that the matter be sent to the full council with a positive recommendation.
On discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. As discussed previously, this new restaurant venture is going to be located in downtown B5 district. We met with them one night this week. There are currently no licenses available, so the committee, after reviewing and with the recommendation from the Salem Chamber of Commerce, where it is in the B5, the audit committee came with a 5-0 vote, recommend that we send this to the full council for their approval to send a home rule petition to the state legislature for an additional liquor license for this address, and at this time I would ask for a roll call vote.
On the acceptance of the committee's report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On the adoption of the recommendation, roll call vote. Councilor McCarthy, did you say?
Yes, please.
Please. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Councilor Famico?
Quick discussion. Just so everyone knows that these people, they also reached out to some councilors, those are the members of the committee and some of those at large in the greater committee. But this is a restaurant, they're looking for about 120 seats. If anyone knows the Blue Ox in Lynn, it's the same company as them. They will be having their location in Lynn remaining as well. With this, they're looking for like a higher level New England fare, and they're keeping a lot of the historical elements of the Eastern Bank building. So if you go down on Washington Street now, you can see the bank signs currently exposed, and they also have a lot of artifacts in the building that they've had throughout the ages, but they'll be putting those on display. I think some wood fireplaces, private dining room, and the conference table we accepted earlier is out of that same building. But it's something that will bring a different element to the downtown and a place for more folks to go to, but they've put in a lot of work for this. But I appreciate them reaching out to everyone in advance.
Any further discussion? Councilor McCarthy, please.
Roll call vote, please.
Yes, please. Do I see 3 hands for roll call vote? So on the adoption of the home rule petition for additional liquor license for the sale of alcoholic beverages to be drunk on the premises for the Odd Fellows Restaurant, LL, to be located at 125 Washington Street, has considered such matter. So under a roll call vote, Madam City Clerk?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor, you're all done.
Thank you. 10 members voting, 10 members in the affirmative, 1 in present, 1 it carries. Thank you very much.
Okay, further committee reports. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you. City of Salem City Council, June 9th, 2016, the Committee on Ordinance, Legislative Affairs, co-posted the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of an ordinance amending an ordinance relative to Chapter 46, Section 66, to increase rates for the use of water by deleting subparagraph B in its entirety and replace with the following B. The rate for water furnished by meter measurements effective July 1, 2016 shall be as follows. Residential per 100 cubic feet, $2.98. Non-residential per 100 cubic feet, $4.04. Has considered said matter and would recommend adoption.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. We met prior to this meeting relative to this change in the water sewer rates. We had the mayor and the finance director in attendance, and basically this change is about a 2% increase, which is also reflects the fact in the next fiscal year with the power plant coming offline with all the water that they used to use. It's a 3-year average buyback, so anticipating that change as well as everything else that's going to go on with different projects that are going on, specifically Canal Street and all the water issues they're having down there, that this is a modest increase of 2%, but it also accounts for a lot of the needs that we have. We have an aging infrastructure with regards to what's underneath our streets with water and sewer. And this, as much as any of us don't like to increase rates with regards to water or sewer, it's a modest increase and reflects some of the needs that we will anticipate in the next year relative to projects and to maintain our infrastructure. So the committee's recommendation was to approve.
Any further discussion? On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further committee reports. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Ordinance, Legislative and Legal Affairs co-posted the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of the ordinance amending an ordinance relative to Chapter 46, Section 230, to increase sewer use charges by deleting Section C in its entirety and replace with the following C. The rates of the sewer charges effective July 1, 2016 shall be as follows. Residential per 100 cubic feet, $6.08. Non-residential per 100 cubic feet up to 25,000 cubic feet per month, $9.21. And non-residential per 100 cubic feet for 25,000 cubic feet and greater per month to $11.79. Has considered said matter and would recommend adoption.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is the second half of what we just talked about relative to water in order to maintain our infrastructure. The only difference in this one would be on the sewer side for the non-residential entities within the city that you create a large volume of waste they get charged at a different rate relative to how much. On the water side, we don't charge them as much, but on the discharge to run through the pipes, we charge them a split rate. So the larger used entities are charged a higher rate. It's once again, it's relative to a 2% increase, as we discussed earlier. The recommendation out of committee was to adopt.
Any further discussion? On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further committee reports. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move out of order for just one item, and that's on page 11, the second committee report that's listed there.
Okay.
Without objection.
Councilor Epley moves to take committee second item committee reports on page 11 out of order. Let the record reflect that Councilor Fumiko is recusing herself. Seeing no objection, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, the City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom is referred the matter of CPA funding for the Emerton House, has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had a very good discussion in one of our budget meetings, at the front end of one of our budget meetings concerning this one item. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago when we were addressing all of the other CPA items, this was one matter that was referred to committee for further discussion about essentially about public versus private entities, nonprofit entities specifically receiving CPA funds. After a good discussion, there was a 4-to-1 vote and for approval, and there is an open invitation, frankly, to have a continued discussion about this, but not with specifically as it relates to Emerton. Everyone was in absolute agreement that Emerton, that specifically the Women's Friends Society, does a fantastic job and has for decades. We're very thrilled to be able to provide funding through the CPA to help with the facade of the building that helps house several women. And so, again, the committee is recommended approval, and I would ask my colleagues to approve same.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor Epley's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? Let the record show Councilor Milo opposed. So moved.
Mr. President, I move that we return back to our regular agenda.
Councilor Epley moves that we return back to our regular place on the agenda at page 10. Seeing no objection. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom is referred the matter of designating up to 25 reserved permit spaces in each the Museum Place Mall and South Harbor Garage. Actually, I believe it's 30 in
30 and 20.
It's 30 in the India Mall site, and then 20 in the South Harbor Garage, for $1,500 per year. Has considered said matter and would recommend adoption with the condition that the spaces be selected by lottery.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had again another good discussion concerning the two parking garages. This has been a pilot program that's gone on for the past year. It's been successful. We have had much more demand in the South Harbor garage as is indicated. That's the reason why we've moved from what has been a 40-10 breakdown, 40 in the mall versus 10 in South Harbor Garage. There's such a demand that we've increased that amount and reducing the amount in the city garage at the mall. One of the key points of discussion was that we maintain a lottery system so that everyone has the opportunity to submit an application, and that there is no specific grandfathered amount or spot allocated, because these are public spaces. They're not private spaces, and so the committee is suggesting to this council on a 5-0 vote that we approve this for the upcoming year. This would just be for another year, and we would come back presumably at the next fiscal year to make a further determination.
Any further discussion? Councilor Fumiko?
Thank you, Mr. President. And just for the record, I had this question, and the finance director as well as the vice chief of staff were able to handle it. Just for the record, that the commercial use of the reserved space, including subleasing or renting the space or using it for a commercial purpose, shall be grounds for revocation of this permit. So basically, that means I had a question with Hotel Salem coming in, could they take and buy up all the spots and use them for their guests? Due to the application and the way it is, that isn't able to happen. So I am thankful for that, but I just wanted people at home to know that that would be happening for that. And also, it's non-transferable. So at some point, if we do take and sell them all out, I couldn't buy one and sell it to you for double the cost. It's not able to happen, but just wanted people to be aware of that.
All right. Any further discussion? Councilor Dibble.
I'd like to offer a friendly amendment, if I may. Thank you, Mr. President. That should, in the event that these spaces at either of the garages not be sold, that the signage showing that it's reserved be removed so that the space is reopened to the public.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate the good Ward 7 councilor's suggestion. I believe that just as a matter of course in administering the program, that specifically the parking department and currently, well, actually no, it's no longer currently. It's not going to be under the treasurer. I'm sorry, the finance director. It's going to be under which department? Engineering.
For now, it remains under.
At any rate, because we're in a transition now between departments, given the recent ordinance that was just passed, that I think is something that I think the administration can deal with in terms of the signage. I think that was something that this past year that they were working toward in terms of blocking, making sure that those spaces were open to the public. I don't think it's necessary, but I'll leave it to the body to determine whether or not there should be an amendment.
Councilor Fumiko?
Thank you. Just to note, as it currently stands, the ones that have not been sold, at least for the Museum Place Mall, the signage actually is covered over with a white piece, so they aren't reserved in that place.
Councilor Dibble.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. It just sends a mixed message when the sign is just covered over. It might be uncovered, might have the tape removed. We can easily, in 1 minute, unbolt that sign, take it off. And then if we do sell it, we can put it back. It just sends a mixed message. Can I park there? Can I not park there?
Councilor McCarthy.
The fact that you're trying to ask someone to unbolt and bolt the signage from, it's already done. Once the program is administered, once the lottery's done, if there's any spaces left, this past year, the demand was high in South Harbor Garage. South Harbor was full with the spots. Museum Place Mall Garage lagged behind. They covered up the signage. Now, whether if someone wants to not park there or not park there, that's their choice. It's covered up, and if the garage is full and someone sees it covered, they're going to park there. Originally, may they skip that spot and go park someplace else? Maybe, but it's already currently in place. So there already is an attempt to do that, and I think we try very hard to make sure that all available spots, especially around high volume times, are utilized for the public as much as possible.
Any other discussion on this? Councilor Lovely.
I'd just like to offer an amendment that the time and place of the lottery be posted 72 hours prior to the lottery, so it's held at a place where it's held and at the particular time, so that it'd be a public lottery, so people will be able to attend.
Councilor Epley.
I move for suspension of the rules to allow our city finance director to address what the administration has been on the lottery.
Sure.
Any
So-
objections? Seeing none?
Hi,
Stanton?
all. I feel like my seat is permanently here. It's not in my office anymore. It's good. We did that last year, Counselor, so I think we advertised a week in advance. We put it on the notification of application, so if you came in to pick up a lottery application to be in either garage, it said in bold italic font at the bottom, we'll be doing a public lottery in the council chambers. It was very glamorous. Dominic pulled things out of a hat, names out of a hat. So we'll do the same thing this year so it's advertised and people know what's up.
Councilor
I'd
Lovely?
just like to have it in the order.
Yeah.
Councilor Famico?
Tag on, and I don't need this in an order. If there's any way we could take an old A-frame sign or something and put it where the garage pass holders enter?
Yep.
So for an extra part of it. And I don't need that in the order, but maybe a friendly suggestion.
Councilor Epley?
Noted, will do.
Mr. President, I adopt the Ward 3 Councilor's
the-
friendly amendment.
Councilor Epley accepts that amendment from the Ward 3 councilor. We still have on the table, on the floor, the subject of the Ward 7 councilor's requested amendment. Do you want to accept that, or is it?
I respectfully do not.
All right. Councilor Dibble, do you want to ask for a vote on that, or?
I'd like to ask a vote on that. I'd like to see the signs removed if they're not being reserved.
All right, so you'd like to move for an amendment for that? If,
Yes, please.
do I have a second?
Second.
All right, seconded by Councilor Fury. So on, Councilor Lovely's amendment was adopted, so now we will vote on Councilor Dibble's proposed amendment to require that any signs, that signs be removed and not covered over for any spaces that are not, that people do not enter, that are left over after the lotteries. So a no vote is to not accept that, is to not accept that amendment, and a yes vote is to accept that amendment. So, all those in favor? Opposed? That looks, is he opposed again? The motion fails 6-5.
That was close.
So on the, so the recommendation as it is currently stands is for 30 spaces in the Museum Place garage, 20 spaces in the South Harbor garage. The spaces to be selected by lottery for $1,500 per year, with the lottery being advertised ahead of time at least 72 hours. Councilor Sargent?
Still in discussion, right?
Yeah, I'm still under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand opposed to this. These spaces were built with public money, and I firmly believe they should stay public spaces, not private spaces. I don't think it's any different than selling a space on a city street where there would be a meter, and it just sends a bad message, I feel. And also, when the buyer of the space is gone all day long during our busiest times, those spaces remain empty. So whoever owns it could be gone 8 hours a day, and it's 8 hours a day somebody could be using that space. So it doesn't, in a city that needs as many parking spaces as possible, when somebody's not in a space, somebody else should be able to use it. That's how the public parking garage works, every place I've been. And I have one question to go along with it is, if somebody bids on a space and they're successful, and they already have a yearly parking pass, is the price of the yearly parking pass deducted from the bid?
Ms. Stanton?
Yes?
Is it good?
Yep.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on adoption of the recommendation as amended, all those in favor? All those opposed?
Opposed. Opposed.
So the matter carries 9-2. Councilor Sargent and Councilor Lovely recorded opposed. Further committee reports. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Because we're going to be going into budget items, I just move for a 2-minute recess.
Councilor Epley moves for a 2-minute recess before we launch into budget itself.
Gonna do the committee reports first?
Seeing
It's the same thing.
all those in favor? Opposed? Okay, stand in recess.
Landman here?
6.
Move to resume.
Mr. President, motion to resume the schedule.
Councilor Epley moves to resume the meeting. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before we get into the budget-related items, I just wanted to start by saying that in terms of the process that we've had for the past couple of weeks, we've had five budget meetings since over the course of the last couple of weeks. The 4 larger ones went from 6 o'clock to 9:30 or 9:45 on several nights throughout that time. For the first time this year as well, we had the meetings on SATV, and I hope that that is continued in the future, because I think that that's a positive thing for the city to be able to see the budget meetings in action, because when the public sees the votes that are happening later on tonight, they're going to go very quickly because most of the work has been done in committee. That being said, I do want to have the mayor, without objection from...
Before we do that, before we go into that, one bit of quick housekeeping we have to do
Okay.
separately, but please finish the rest of what you're going to say, and then...
I was just going to welcome the mayor to speak if she would like for a couple minutes, just to outline the overview of the budget before we get to that, but I'll defer to the president.
There's one bit of housekeeping we have to do because of the late file that I had put in procedurally, so, Councilor Lovely?
Move to reconsider the order that was referred to committee that was presented earlier this evening.
Councilor Lovely moves for reconsideration. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Lovely.
I would ask for suspension of the rules to allow this order to come before us.
Councilor Lovely asks for suspension of the rules to allow this to come before us. Seeing no objection.
What order is it?
It's the order on the temporary parking down by the construction site that was brought in earlier.
Seeing no objection, Councilor Lovely.
I would ask to be referred to committee.
Councilor Lovely asks for this to be referred to the previous order on parking to be referred to the Committee on Horses, Licensed Legal Affairs, co-posted to the Committee of the Whole. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Just to explain that bit of procedural for everybody real quickly, normally when councilors prepare orders to be submitted after the close of regular posted orders, they're just submitted. This one, however, was prepared beforehand as a late filed order, and I put it in as if it were something that I'd written up. So we did this just to make sure that it was procedurally correct. So thank you, Councilor. Anyhow, sorry for that digression. Councilor Epley?
Thank you, Mr. President. Without objection, I'd like the mayor to address the body just to give us a general overview of the budget.
Thank you. Seeing no objection. Madam Mayor.
Thank you. I will sit if you don't mind, just because I think this microphone might work better that way. I want to thank the A&F Chair and the members of the A&F Committee and those councilors who also attended, not being members of the committee, who attended the many committee hearings we have. I also want to thank the finance staff who was here, Sarah Stanton, Nina Bridgman, and the rest of their team for their work in preparing this year's budget and hopefully being able to prepare you and answer questions and help demonstrate the work that goes into not only city operations but the value system we have. We really do believe very firmly that a budget is not just a collection of numbers, but it is about the values that we hold dearly as a community. This year's budget for FY17 is up roughly 4.3%. It's a $151 million operating budget that encompasses everything: our water, our sewer, full operations within the community. We're focused on 3 key areas, I think. They will come as no surprise to you. As we had our budget retreat, we talked about these areas in terms of trying to set priorities for FY17. One being roadway infrastructure. We're definitely showing our age of a city that's almost 400 years old. So we have invested a 600% increase, road repaving, sidewalk repairs. And I think many of you may know we've even filed a late file to increase that further. In going through the roadway paving plan, it just became really apparent that there are roads that are in pretty strong or heavy deteriorated condition, and even with the investments we've made to date, it's just not enough. So we're going to try and put a pretty big down payment on improving roads, sidewalk conditions, and infrastructure. Other parts of the infrastructure are the things we don't see as often: water lines, sewer lines, but definitely in need of attention. Big project happening in South Salem to try and curb flooding there, addressing some of the drainage concerns that have long been a problem in that neighborhood. Another portion of the budget priorities this year is making sure Salem maintains itself as a safe city. We're tackling that in 2 ways. One, from a public safety component, wanting to add 2 additional police officers. They won't start until midway through the year. And 2, really trying to address, to the extent that we can, the opiate issues that we're seeing in our community. by pairing up law enforcement and a social service component through a knock and talk program, so that individuals who have been impacted by either an opiate overdose or some other touchstone with that drug will have an opportunity to meet with a social service provider, someone who's in recovery, a peer that could hopefully talk to them and navigate through recovery. We know that that time is precious. If you've been impacted by a drug overdose or your family has, that may be the thing that brings you to finally be ready to go into recovery. We want to be able to seize that day and have you talking with somebody who's been in those shoes. So this is critical funding for those two areas. One, to try and curb access to opiates by adding additional public safety components. Also working hard on our, community policing initiatives. We know it's important to have more officers visible, walking out in the streets. That just takes bodies, and we're glad to be able to add to. And then also the social service component. And the last piece is the continued investment in our schools. We're thrilled to have two of our schools head into a level 1 designation with the Carleton School and the high school. We want all our schools level 1. We're working hard, whether it's through an expanded learning time, through academic coaches, really building a strong culture of educational excellence, and that takes resources. Just earlier this evening, we had the school superintendent and many of the leaders in the district here to go through some of the key aspects of that budget, but we are continuing to be a community that invests mightily in our public schools. It's the largest share of the budget, and it's also the piece that we think offers the greatest return. Even if we don't see it in numbers, it certainly is our debt to the generation before us. So we're excited about the process that we've had. I really do want to thank the time and attention. Lots of good questions, not just at the meetings, but before. I know the finance team has been trying to provide answers and, offer, information for counselors who asked of it. And I appreciate the strong collaboration. Not lost on us is the impact that any budget has on taxpayers, and we try to be judicious with the use of taxpayer dollars. Efficiency, but also looking forward to the future. And I think these investments are ones that we can all be proud of, while also being mindful we don't want to overtax people in a community that is as diverse as ours. And I'll close there, and certainly happy to answer any questions, and just really do want to thank the council for the strong partnership. It's not just about this year. This is, I think, been going on for a number of years, where we work collegially but work hard to make sure that we're delivering resources in a way that makes sense.
Thank you. Councilor Lovely.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you, Mayor, we've had this discussion earlier relative to press reports about the City of Beverly's budget being roughly $118 million. And I know you and I have discussed that. I'm aware of the reasons that is, but I think it's very important to point out to the audience at large, where people look at it and say, well, we're pretty much similar cities, although we have some great differences. We're a heck of a lot better than they are. But that being said, I think it's very important to let the people at home know why there's such a disparity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so glad you raised it, and I'm glad we talked about it earlier, because it's come out in the past as well. So we follow a GFOA budget standard. That's the Government Finance Officers Association, which means it's a very transparent budget. It's a very heavy budget, for those of you who've been carting it around the last few weeks, but it also showcases all of our expenditures. So you'll see the full capital budget in there. You'll see the full enterprise fund. That's water, sewer, trash, those revenues, and the operations budget. The number for Beverly that's been touted in the press of 118 is only their operational budget, so you're not comparing apples to apples. If you look at our combined budget of nearly $151 million, it includes all those enterprise funds. When you add the combined effort in Beverly, you'll see the budgets are much closer. We're still a little bit higher, just slightly, and it's in schools. So our school budget is a little bit higher than theirs. We also receive more Chapter 70 aid due to the makeup of that formula. So that really becomes the only difference. They're actually much closer when you factor in their enterprise, water, sewer, full operational budget cost, and ours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm glad you asked.
Any other councilors wish to ask a question or make comment? None? Thank you,
Great.
All right, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, the City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of $18,120,000 bond order to pay for the water, sewer, capital equipment items and capital improvements projects, has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion, also let the record reflect that Councilor Milo has recused herself from this matter. There will be a number of councilors who recuse themselves from one budget item or another for various reasons, so just to let everybody know ahead of time. Councilor Epley.
You said what I was going to say, Mr. President, so I appreciate
Sorry.
it. No discussion.
This one is a bond order, so this is a roll call vote. So on Councilor Epley's recommendation, this be adopted by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the matter of first passage of a bond of $18,120,000 for water sewer capital equipment and projects, 10 councilors present, 1 councilor recused, 10 members voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter carries. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of $5,278,676 bond order to pay for the general fund capital equipment and capital improvements project, has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. Let the record reflect Councilor Dibble has recused himself on this matter. I believe Councilor Milo can come back, I think. On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion.
Seeing no further discussion,
Roll call vote.
on the recommendation, this be adopted by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor
Tried. Yes.
Not sure who's... Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. Thank you. On the matter of first passage of a bond of $5,278,676 for general fund capital improvement projects and equipments, 11 councilors present, 2 recused, 9 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter carries. Further committee reports, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and the City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of accepting a list of revolving fund accounts for fiscal year 2017. It's considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion.
Is this also a matter that we have to do by roll call vote? Just checking.
No, Mr. President.
Okay, on adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. Further committee reports, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and the City Council, June 9, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of the fiscal year 2017 proposed 5-year capital plan 2017 to 2021, has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor, all those opposed, so moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion, and I request that this be approved by roll call vote.
On Councilor Epley's recommendation for adoption by roll call vote, all those, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the question of the fiscal year 2017 5-year capital plan for 2017 to 2021, 10 councilors voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative, 1 recused. The matter carries. Further committee reports. Administration Finance Committee report, budget, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, there are going to be various line items for various departments that I'm going to go through. I'm not going to list all of the line items. Instead, Mr. President, I'm going to just list the departmental total, and those items will be voted on individually. I don't believe those need to be voted by roll call vote for each one. Is that correct?
Only the final.
Just the final numbers. So on each one of these, we'll do department by department. To the extent that any counselors need to recuse themselves, please feel free to do so for that particular department. And in addition, I won't be bringing up any discussion, but if any counselor who I'm not aware of wishes to bring a cut, this would be the time to bring that cut.
So, on acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. And the first item,
Thank you, Mr. President. Mayor's departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total of $550,338.
any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
City Council departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $173,650.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Councilor Epley.
City Clerk departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $288,280.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Elections and registration departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $215,304.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Assessing departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $322,240.
And seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Collectors Department departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $230,155.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Informational Technology Services Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $1,576,024.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Finance Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $335,822.
Further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Parking Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $901,772.
Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Purchasing Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $193,775.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Treasurer Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, $28,276,534.
Note for those at home, this includes costs like our insurance costs this costs state assessment, debt expenses, and and related stuff. That's why this budget is such a high one. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Solicitor Licensing Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $336,080.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Opening up the page 16. All right. Human Resources Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $13,061,577. And I would note, this includes all workman's comp, unemployment insurance, and also group health insurance.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Fire Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $8,676,620.
For discussion, let the record know Councilor Sargent recused from this one. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Police Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $10,323,581.
And let the record know on this one that Councilors Ryan and Famiko both are recused on this one. No further discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Harbor Master Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $276,865.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Public Property Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $1,172,593.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Health Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $413,345.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Electrical Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $714,869.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Planning Department budget for fiscal year 2017, total $781,142.
Let the record reflect that Councilor Dibbles recused from this one. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Public Services Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $3,158,420.
And let the record reflect that Councilors Milo and Dibble were recused from this. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Engineering Departmental budget for fiscal year 2017, total $90,903.
Counselor Dibble remains recused on this. Counselor Milo returns. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Recreation and Community Service Departmental Budget for fiscal year 2017. Total, $1,348,214.
Let the record reflect that there's almost nobody left to vote on it. Counselor McCarthy, Counselor Gerard, and Counselor Dibble are recused.
I would note, Mr. President, we do have a quorum. So-
Yes. By the skin of our teeth, we have one. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Council on Aging Departmental Budget, Council on Aging Departmental Budget for fiscal year 2017, total $388,347.
Let the record reflect that Counselor McCarthy remains recused on this. Counselor Gerard and Counselor Dibble returned. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved.
Library Departmental Budget for fiscal year 2017, total $1,281,184.
Seeing all counselors present, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Veteran Service Departmental Budget for fiscal year 2017, total $627,810.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
School Department Budget for fiscal year 2017, total $55,041,847, constituting 36.9% of our budget.
And Counselors Ryan and Gerard recused from this. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Budget transfers out of general fund for fiscal year 2017, total $3,014,380.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Total general fund for fiscal year 2017, total $134,401,671.
Total general fund, seeing no further discussion, Counselor Dibble has recused himself. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further Administration Finance Committee reports.
Sewer Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017, total sewer enterprise fund $6,367,573. I move for approval by roll call vote.
And Counselor Milo is recused from this. On Counselor Epley's motion for approval by roll call vote, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the question of the Sewer Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017 of $6,367,573. 11 councilors present, 10 voting, 1 recused, all in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries.
Mr. President,
Counselor Epley.
I move for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail.
Counselor Epley moves for immediate reconsideration in hopes it does not prevail. All those in favor? Opposed? Opposed. The matter does not carry.
Mr. President, Water Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017, total Water Enterprise Fund $5,631,937. I move for approval by roll call vote.
On Counselor Epley's motion for approval by roll call vote, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the matter of the Water Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017 of $5,631,937, 11 councilors present, 11 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Counselor Epley.
Mr. President, I move for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail.
Counselor Epley moves for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail. All those in favor? All those opposed?
No.
The matter does not carry.
Mr. President, Engineering Trash Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017, total trash enterprise fund in the amount of $2,937,474. Mr. President, I move for approval by roll call vote.
Counselor Epley moves for approval by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely? Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turrill?
Yes. On the matter of the Trash Enterprise Fund for fiscal year 2017 of $2,937,474, 11 counselors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter carries. Counselor Epley.
I move for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail.
Counselor Epley moves for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it will not prevail. All those in favor? All those opposed? Opposed. The matter does not carry. Counselor Epley.
Total enterprise funds for fiscal year 2017, total $14,936,984.
That does not require a roll call vote according to this, so all those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
And, Mr. President, total operating budget for fiscal year 2017, $149,338,655, and I move for adoption by roll call vote.
On Counselor Epley's motion for adoption by roll call vote, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turrill?
Yes. On the matter of the total operating budget for fiscal year 2017 of $149,338,655, 11 counselors present, 11 voting, all in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter carries. Counselor Epley.
President, I move for immediate reconsideration in the hopes that it does not prevail.
Counselor Epley moves for immediate reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail. All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
The matter does not carry. Communication from the city officials.
Communication from the city clerk requesting the city council meeting for September 8, 2016 be changed due to the state primary being scheduled for that date, and would recommend, due to the finalizing of election, that the dates of the city council meetings be set for September 22nd and 29th of September.
So we have communication from the city clerk requesting that our meetings for September 8th be rescheduled to a later date of September, that our meetings for, one second, be set for September 22nd and 29th. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Councilor McCarthy moves for adoption, or moves for approval under discussion.
No discussion.
Hold on, explanation. Can I ask the city clerk that she just clarify the date conflicts?
September meeting is the 8th, which is a Thursday. The first meeting is September. The following week, we're still finalizing the election, so your regular meeting is scheduled for the 22nd, and we're just doing it the week after. It's up to you. It's just easier
Yep.
without that extra week.
So any discussion on the floor? Seeing none, on Councilor McCarthy's motion that this be adopted, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Petitions.
We have a petition from National Grid to install conduits on Summer Street to service cell tower on street light across the street.
Hearing, June 23rd, 2016. Further petitions.
We have a request from the Park and Rec to hold a road race and use of city streets on August 26, 2016, the Derby Street Mile.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for this petition be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves to be granted. Under discussion.
I'm happy to say that the Park and Rec Department has taken this race back and it's going to run it themselves, so I wish them all the best.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is yet another race that I've also done, and it's a really great time, and there's even a kids race, and the kids go crazy for this, and it's really fun to watch them, and it's the one that I've had my best time yet in, so it's great.
Good luck. Any further discussion? I'll note that this is also one that my kid does. Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a request from the Ministerio de Restaurantes to hold a road race and use of city streets on September 3rd, 2016.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move this petition be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves this be granted. Under discussion.
Under discussion, it's, I think they did this last year, maybe the year before. It's, they start and they do a walk from up Congress Street up to the Common, and they do an event in the Common. So I have no problem. assuming they get an approval from Park and Rec to use the common, but
Yeah, we have
they
it.
need approval for the streets.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I could just ask a quick question. I don't know if anyone here knows it. When they first came before, they asked for 6 officers, and then we're told they needed 8 detail officers. Do we happen to know how they determine the amount of detail officers needed for a race?
Councilor McCarthy.
That's subject to the police department. The police department looks at the course, the race, or the event, whatever it happens to be, and they look at the intersections involved and what is required, and they're the ones that set the amount of detail officers. It's not, it's set by the police traffic division.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor McCarthy's motion that this be granted, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a request from BNS to hold a road race and use of city streets on October 29, 2016, the Devil's Chase.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for this petition be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves that this be granted. Under discussion.
Yes, this has been an ongoing road race, I want to say, for the last 6, 7 years, and I have to say, like, when it first came in, I was a little apprehensive about having a road race so close to Halloween in October, but it's been one of those events that has really taken off, and anyone who's witnessed it, everyone dresses in costume and runs. It's first thing in the morning. It's kind of get everyone into Salem, let them run, get out, or stay, whatever they decide to choose. It's kind of a fun event, and I would recommend approval.
Councilor McCarthy moves for approval. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Councilor McCarthy's motion this be granted. All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a request from the residents of Shore Avenue to hold a block party along the seawall on July 4, 2016, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., with a rain date to be the same as the rescheduled fireworks.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this be granted.
Councilor Gerard moves this be granted. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a block party that I believe the residents have held before, and that actually is my old neighborhood, and they're just fantastic down there, and it's really beautiful. So strongly support this.
On Councilor Gerard's motion this be granted. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a list of license applications for public guides, taxi cab, limo, or taxi operators.
Councilor McCarthy.
I move to waive the reading. I also move that these matters be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves these be granted. Seeing no, any discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a license application for a taxi operator for Marvin Duarte.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that it be denied.
Councilor McCarthy moves this be denied. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Seeing no further discussion, on Councilor McCarthy's motion this be denied. All those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have 2 tag day applications from Salem High School ROTC and Salem Youth Football and Cheerleading.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these be referred to the Committee on License Orders and Legal Affairs.
Councilor McCarthy moves these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs. Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion, these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have 1 claim for Janet Merrill.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs.
Councilor McCarthy moves this be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs. Under discussion?
No discussion.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion, this be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Unfinished business.
We have second passage of an ordinance relative to Chapter 12, Article 2, Building and Electricity and Plumbing Regulations by adding a new section for telecommunication attachments to poles.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption for second and final passage.
Councilor McCarthy moves motion for adoption for second and final passage. Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
Councilor Famico?
Super quick thing, if no one knows, Wall Street Journal actually picked up on the work Salem did with the telecommunication towers, so that was in this past week's Wall Street Journal, that they realized that after some input from the council, the applications were changed, and that going forward, everything we've done.
It's a good investment.
Check it out. But after it was brought forward with all the residential feedback.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion, this be adopted for second and final passage. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business.
We have second passage of an ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking, repeal Dow Street.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption, second and final passage.
Councilor McCarthy moves for adoption for second and final passage. Under discussion.
No discussion.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption for second and final passage, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business.
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking in front of number 79 Congress Street.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption for second and final passage.
Councilor McCarthy moves for adoption for second and final passage. Under discussion.
No discussion, Mr. President.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption for second and final passage, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a quick point of personal privilege to let everyone know that the Friends of Green Lawn are going to be having a tour in Green Lawn Cemetery starting at the Dixon Chapel on Saturday, June 18th at 10 a.m.
Thank you. Any further councilors have announcements? Seeing none. Councilor Fury.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. President.
Yep. Councilor Fury moves we adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned.